Hello and welcome to New India Junction. This is RICHA and today we bring to you the top 10 highlights of Prime Minister Modi's first day of the US tour and what it means for India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first meeting was with his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison. On the agenda was COVID-19, trade, defence, clean energy, regional and global developments. Last week, Morrison called Prime Minister Modi to tell him about the Australia-UK-US Pact. An interesting bit right here. Prime Minister Modi's meeting with Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison started earlier than scheduled. Reason? The Australian leader arrived way early. The meeting lasted longer than scheduled, which was considered a good thing by officials from both sides. The second significant bilateral meeting was with US Vice President Kamala Harris. This was Prime Minister Modi's first in-person meeting with the US VP at the White House. Here, Prime Minister Modi stated that India and the United States are natural partners. In a bid to strengthen Indo-US strategic partnership, both the leaders discussed global issues of common interest, including threats to democracy, Afghanistan, and the Indo-Pacific. During the meeting with Prime Minister Modi, US Vice President Kamala Harris suo motu referred to Pakistan's role in aiding and abetting terrorism. Kamala Harris also agreed with Prime Minister Modi's briefing on cross-border terrorism, the fact that India had been a victim of terrorism for several decades now, and on the need to rein in and closely monitor Pakistan's support for such terrorist groups. Prime Minister Modi extended a formal invitation to Kamala Harris to visit India. He also stated that Kamala was an inspiration to many people all around the world and that the bilateral ties between both countries will reach new heights under President Biden's and her leadership. Prime Minister Modi is meeting US President Joe Biden today. The third meeting was with Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga. In this meeting, Prime Minister Modi and Suga reviewed the bilateral relationship between India and Japan and reaffirmed their commitment towards a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. Increasing economic engagement between the two countries was also discussed. Earlier this year, Supply Chain Resilience Initiative or the SCRI between India, Japan and Australia was initiated. Both the Prime Ministers welcomed it and also discussed the need to boost efforts to facilitate the smooth and timely implementation of the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail project. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also had several meetings with top CEOs and business leaders of the world on investment in India. Prime Minister Modi met with CEO of Blackstone, Stephen Schwarzman, and discussed India's investment potential. Prime Minister also met with VIVEK LALL of General Atomics Global Corporation with a focus on India's new drones policy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has always laid emphasis on harnessing solar energy that is visible throughout India. To boost it even further and attract investment, Prime Minister Modi met with the CEO of First Solar, Mark Widmer. The Prime Minister also discussed India's green hydrogen mission that will reshape future of renewable energy. In order to boost innovation in technology, Prime Minister Modi met with Adobe's CEO Shantanu Narayan. From EdTech to supporting Indian startups, the Prime Minister discussed ideas that can drive innovation. The Prime Minister informed in a tweet that the Adobe CEO expressed keenness to take the joys of video and animation to every child in India. Prime Minister Modi also had a meeting with the President and CEO of Qualcomm, Cristiano Amon, and discussed leveraging technology for public good and tech opportunities in India. The next big thing in Prime Minister Modi's 3-day visit to the United States is the meeting with the US President Joe Biden and the first ever in-person Quad Summit. We will bring you everything that is happening in Prime Minister Modi's US tour. Do hit the like button and keep watching NIJ for more insightful videos.